If you have an iPhone, you're being tracked, even when the phone is turned off.
Oh.
You don't believe me? Let's talk. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike. This is the Ultimate Tech Hub. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So I wasn't going to make this video, but I feel like there's something you need to know. What I'm about to tell you is 100% fact and is a warning for all iPhone users. Your iPhone is tracking you even when the phone is turned off. And this type of tracking is not GPS tracking. And yes, GPS tracking does track your phone, and you can always turn off your GPS. And GPS tracking does have limitations, down to about 6 to 10 feet. So it's not super accurate. But the kind of tracking I'm talking about is down to inches. So if your iPhone is being tracked without using GPS, and even when the phone is turned off, how is this happening? Well, let me tell you. Your iPhone is being tracked on the world's largest mesh network. And we're not talking about mesh Wi-Fi routers either. And this colossal mesh network belongs to Apple. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible with only straight line facts. And just a heads up, we did not use Wikipedia for any of these facts. And one more bit of bad news. Your iPhone can be turned on without you knowing it. And features like your camera and microphone can be turned on as well. So keep your iPhone out of your bedroom. Alright, enough with the chit chat. Let me tell you how this all works. Your iPhone is being tracked on the world's largest mesh network using Bluetooth. Alright guys, we're all done here. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Just kidding. We'll get more specific. But seriously, this mesh network is the Bluetooth network. And this network is not the Bluetooth Classic that you know and love. Bluetooth Classic is for speakers and wireless earbuds. And the range of Bluetooth Classic is around 10 feet. What I'm talking about is BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy. And more specific, BLE 5.0. And BLE 5.0 has a range between 120 feet and 600 feet outdoors. And this range is perfect for a mesh network. Unlike Bluetooth Classic with a maximum of 10 feet, Bluetooth Classic would not work in a mesh network. Your iPhone has two Bluetooths installed on the iPhone's motherboard, Bluetooth Classic and Bluetooth Low Energy 5.0. BLE is a service on a chip, which means it's installed on the chip of the motherboard. Unlike Bluetooth Classic, which you can turn off, BLE you cannot turn off, and you cannot uninstall it, and the worst part about this, you cannot control it. And by the way, it's estimated that there's 22 billion BLE devices in the world, but I'm betting there's more than that. BLE is used for low energy transmissions and operates with minimal energy consumption and a lower data capacity than Bluetooth Classic. This allows BLE devices to run on small batteries for extended periods of time and still transfer, share, and exchange data. So what does BLE do? BLE, or Bluetooth Low Energy, is designed to control IoT devices, Internet of Things, like smart devices, lights, appliances, thermostats, you name it. And BLE operates on the 2.4 frequency, the typical frequency you use for your Wi-Fi. And like I said before, BLE operates even when the phone is off. And this BLE function was originally used to find lost or stolen iPhones. And while that's a good thing trying to find lost and stolen phones, we all know how technology can go. What was once well-meaning and thoughtful can turn out to be a disaster, especially for privacy. One popular example of a BLE device is Apple AirTags. And there's literally millions of these in the world. And like I said before, BLE has a maximum range of 600 feet. And this extended range allows BLE to form this massive mesh network. But how does BLE form a mesh network that can track iPhones? This is how it all works. We're going to keep this simple as possible. In the last 5 years, these BLE devices are installed in all iPhones. And these iPhones are essentially linked to other iPhones using the BLE connection. Think of each phone as a node in the mesh system, and each node performs an operation, either sending or receiving data. But let's get into the BLE functions on that chip. There's 4 types of communications for BLE devices. There's a broadcaster, observer, central, and peripheral. To keep this simple, a broadcaster sends data. Observers receive data. Central means advertising mode or connecting mode. And peripheral allows communications and data transfer with the central on a periodic basis. What's important to know about Bluetooth Low Energy is that if a BLE device is set to observe and receive data, once it receives data, it can switch to sending data. Even though a BLE device on an iPhone is set to observe, once it receives the data, it switches to broadcaster and will broadcast that data. All data that's communicated from broadcast to observer is encrypted, and there's no way for a middleman to read that data. And this data is tagged. And of course, Apple claims this is very secure. The only one that can read this data would be Apple, which begs the question, why do they need your data? And what data are they observing? Are they observing your location? Are they observing if your phone is on or off? Are they observing what you're doing on your phone? Are they listening through the microphone? Are they observing with the camera? We simply just don't know. I've always found with technology, you want to assume the worst, because eventually this will happen. So just be aware of what's going on your iPhones. So an iPhone will send out a BLE signal, which will be a multicast. And within 600 feet, it's almost guaranteed to find another iPhone. And it does not matter if the iPhone is on or not. Both iPhones can be off. This is why it can be very dangerous. When a BLE signal is sent out, it's sent out multicast. And this signal is looking for other iPhones within 600 feet. And it's almost guaranteed to find one, especially in tight packed communities, even suburban areas. Because think of it, 600 feet, that's a long ways away. And within that range, there should be an iPhone. So the signal is sent out multicast, and another iPhone picks it up. That iPhone does not have to be even on. That iPhone could be off. Once that iPhone receives that signal, if it's off, it'll send out another multicast to another iPhone. And this process will go over and over and over until it finds an iPhone that is on. If that iPhone is on and connected to Wi-Fi, or has a SIM card, or is on the mobile network, that information is sent back to Apple headquarters. And that's how it works. So just be aware of what's going on your iPhones. And remember, you have no control of your iPhone's BLE functions. The only way this BLE will not work is if the battery is totally dead. But the moment you charge up the battery to a small amount, that BLE functions again. And guys, one more thing, I'm not knocking Apple or their products. We don't use Apple products in our home or in our business, but that's a personal choice. And I know half of my viewers have Apple products, so I made this video for you guys. However, this video is for everybody, because eventually Android will have this as well. It's very important to be aware of privacy and knowing what's going on in your phone. Because with these phones, they're always with us 24/7. These phones have become a part of our lives. And you know the old saying, if they know where you are, they know who you are. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And guys, if you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up and share it. And if you love it, hit subscribe to keep this channel alive. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video real soon. Peace.